Guys, can you hear me? And can you see my screen? Good morning. Good morning. Type S in the chat if you're able to see my screen and you are able to hear my voice and all. Good, great. Can see a lot of S and all. So let's get started with today's session without any delay. Fine. Hope you guys are doing the assignment that I have given yesterday. Hope everyone is working towards that assignment. Like, you have to execute the test cases that I have given one by one for the 4 tabs. Very important, guys. Assignments are very important. They will help you out during these trainings and make you guys ready for the next things and all. Okay. If you're actually started doing the assignments, type D in the chat box, guys. Okay, type D in the chat box if you are actually doing the assignment that I have given yesterday. We have the time till Sunday EOD. I have given the time till Sunday EOD. Just type D if you have already started doing the assignment. Okay. Anyone have already started assignment? Executing the test cases I have given yesterday. Type D in the chat box. Fine. Today you will start. Fine. Great. Don't delay it, guys. Don't delay it. When you have time, you have to do it. Okay. I expected you people to start yesterday itself. Okay. Don't wait for the last minutes and all. Try to complete them. Okay. What's there? Very easy assignments, right? Very simple and easy assignments. Just open the test case document. You are not going to write the test cases. Rather, whatever the test cases that are already there, you are going to run on an existing application. That's it. Very simple task. Okay. At least few you would have started, guys. Okay. I'm not expecting you guys to complete, but at least few you have to start. Fine. I'll be asking the same question tomorrow. I want at least few people, type D so that, I can know that you guys have started working on assignment. Okay. Fine. Don't take assignments light. They will help you out. Okay. That's what I can mention now. So yesterday I covered one of the prerequisite. I completed one of the prerequisite, that is software testing basics. Now today we'll go with other prerequisite, that is web technologies. The next prerequisite we have is the web technologies. Okay, web technologies. Under web technologies, first web technology that I'm going to cover for you is HTML. Okay, so all web technologies I'm not going to cover way before. Okay. Rather, whatever the technology, web technology that is required for us to get started now, that I'll cover first. That is nothing that HTML, nothing but HTML, guys. Okay, we'll start with HTML. Hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay. The full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay. So what is the topic I am teaching now? Type in the chat, guys. HTML. If you know the answer, type HTML. Right? What is the topic I am teaching now? Type HTML in the chat. Let that topic register in your mind. So the reason for you guys typing in the chat is let the topic get registered in your mind. And it also encourages you to be interactive during the session so that you will not miss anything. Okay. People who are typing, right, they stay active. Okay, they are prone to stay active during the session. So whenever I ask you to type something, type it. Great. Good to see a lot of people are very active. Fine, let's move ahead. HTML. Here H stands for hyper, T stands for text, M stands for markup, L stands for language. Okay, 4 words are there, right, in this full form of HTML. Fine. Let me first understand why HTML, or what is the purpose of HTML, why we are learning HTML. Basically, HTML is for, with the help of HTML, what we can do, create web pages. Create web pages, guys, okay? With the help of HTML, the basic purpose of HTML is what? To create web pages. With HTML, we can develop web pages. We can build web pages. We can create web pages. Any term you use, no problem. Same answer, okay? With the help of HTML, we can create web pages. So, fine. So, I'll show you practically how to use HTML for creating the web pages, but you don't have to learn HTML in depth for this, okay? Very basic knowledge of HTML is all enough, guys. You don't have to explore the entire HTML for this, but as an assignment, I'm going to, whatever that is required, I'll cover as part of this session, the HTML basic knowledge. But apart from that, if you guys have to learn something, okay, if you are interested in learning HTML in the next level, I'll share some resources that you have to learn. Okay. By the end of this weekend, 2 to 3 assignments I'll give. One of the assignment I already gave yesterday. That is to execute some test cases related to login functionality. That is login, logout, forgot password, and register account. These 4 areas I asked you to test. I didn't ask you to test the entire test case document. Just 4 test cases I gave you as an assignment. Apart from that, I'm going to give you one more assignment. Okay, after I cover HTML, that is, I'll give you one video that you have to watch. It may be around 3 to 4 hours. That video you guys have to watch, guys. Okay, so let's begin. So HTML, using HTML, we can create web pages. I'll prove you that. Okay, so let this session be more practical. Let this session be more practical. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll just open a notepad file. In your machine, just open the notepad file, guys. Okay, normal notepad. One minute. Let me close all this previous. This just notepad is giving this kind of functionality when previous tabs will not be closed. They will be open until we close. A lot of tabs I didn't close from long period of time. You can either use notepad for this purpose. This comes by default, guys. Okay, in your machine, in your Windows operating system, if you type notepad here, you'll get this software, which comes by default, guys. This notepad software comes by default. But apart from that, we also have something known as notepad plus plus that I generally recommend. I'll show you. If you can use notepad plus plus for practicing HTML, that will be more than good. And you can also use other editors like Visual Studio Code and all those stuff. But at this moment, let's not go to that level. Until that editor is really required, we generally don't touch that editor. But to practice HTML, a basic simple editor like, either this notepad or notepad plus plus will be enough, guys. Okay, will be enough. Notepad or notepad plus plus will be more than enough, guys. Okay. Okay, great. So what software I'm going to choose? Notepad or Notepad plus plus? I'll better choose Notepad plus plus. So make sure that in your machine you just open the browser, any of the browser, and search for download Notepad plus plus. Okay. If you guys don't have this Notepad plus plus software, do this process. Okay. Download Notepad plus plus and search. Any software you want to download, you have to first Google search with this term known as download space, the name of the software. And in the search results, you'll get this kind of results. Notepad++.org. Just click on this link. You see, you can now download the latest version of Notepad++. Okay. Download Notepad++ V8.6, which is the late 20th anniversary. Some message they have again, that's none of our business, but just click on that. Download Notepad++ here and just scroll down. Here you will see download 64-bit x64 version of release date is 23rd November 2023. Just click on this download. And you see the download has started, guys. Okay. You see it has downloaded exe file of this notepad plus plus has been downloaded. Go to the location, downloads folder location where this notepad plus plus software has been downloaded, exe file of this. Just double click on this. You'll get some installation wizard. Type S in the user access control I got. I will be clicking S, sorry, clicking S, and you'll get an installation wizard like this. English, say okay, and just go with the basic steps like next, 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 accept the license agreement. This is a place it will get installed. Next, next. If you want a shortcut on the desktop, you can select this. Otherwise, you can directly get from here, right? If you type Notepad++, you'll get that. So you don't need a shortcut. You can ignore that. Click on install. It will get installed in your machine. I'm not doing that because in my machine already Notepad++ software is already installed. Clear, guys? Everyone clear? How to install Notepad++ software for which we are going to use that editor for practicing HTML code. Just type C or S in the chat. Anything is fine. Just type C or S in the chat if you are clear with this installation process of installing Notepad++ in our machine.
Sir, is Notepad also fine, or we need to use Notepad++
You will
only?
understand when I explain Notepad++, you will get some additional advantage, okay? So
Okay.
it's not compulsory to use Notepad++ over Notepad. Notepad also we can use for practicing, but by seeing the benefit of Notepad++, you may decide that, okay, let's go with Notepad++. But both,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Extra features that Notepad++ is providing that will help you in practicing HTML well. Okay, that's the reason. Fine, but not compulsory. So once Notepad++ software is installed, just type Notepad++ here, and you'll get this application displayed. Just click on that. Okay, like Notepad, you see the previous instances are not getting closed. The current instance is new 63. So here I'll write the code. HTML code I would like to write. So the first thing before I start writing HTML code here for creating the web pages, okay, you have to understand the this full form of HTML, that is hypertext markup language. The first word is markup. Focus on this markup word for now. Markup means these things, less than, greater than symbol, and some text will be there inside this, okay? So in HTML, we are going to use this less than, greater than symbols. This is generally called this as a starting tag or ending tag kind of thing. For starting and ending tags, we generally use this. Yes, tags, right? These are tags, and there are a lot of predefined tags. In HTML, we have a lot of predefined tags. If you want to create a hyperlink, we generally use a tag, that is anchor tag. If you want to create an image in HTML by writing the HTML code, if you want to create an image, we are going to use img tag. Okay. If you are creating a text box field input, okay, input kind of tag we generally use. Like that, many tags are there: anchor tag, img tag, input tag, div tag. Okay. So script tag, many tags are there, guys. Okay. But anyhow, in whatever the predefined tags that we are going to use, they are built using these markups only. These are called as markups. This less than and greater than symbols in HTML code are known as what? Markups. Since this language will use markups, these markup symbols for creating the web pages with the help of these markups, that is tags, and definitely. So this language is known as hypertext markup language. Okay, since it uses markups to create the web pages while writing the HTML code, this language is known as markup language. Anyhow, this is one of the language, guys. The HTML is one of the language. Like our English is one of the language, but Hindi is one of the language. My mother tongue Telugu is one of the language. Tamil is one of the language. Kannada is another language. Okay, okay. Malayalam is another language. Like that, many languages exist, right? Similarly, HTML in technical world. Okay, in this technical dunya or technical world. Okay, HTML is also one language, one type of language. So what is the purpose of the language? Type your answer in the chat. What is the purpose? What is the main purpose of we learning HTML language? Why we have to learn HTML language? What we can do with the help of HTML language? Yes, create web pages. And you are right. Everyone type your answer in the chat box. CWP is also fine, right? Create web pages. Web pages, right, right, correct, correct. You are absolutely 100% correct, guys, okay? With the help of HTML language, we can create web pages, okay? So here, one more thing is the language you understood now. Language, it's one of the language. There are many languages in the technical world for different purposes, okay? So for creating the web pages, we use that language known as hypertext markup language. That's fine. What does hypertext mean? The next thing is, what does this hypertext mean? You understood what is markup. This is what our markups are. Language means the technical language. You understood that. But what about hypertext? Hypertext is not a normal text. It's a text which can create web elements. Okay, web elements text. Okay, web elements like buttons, hyperlinks. Okay, hypertext means what? Hypertext means it's not a normal text. Whatever the text you write in creating the web, write for creating the web pages as a code, right? That you will write using the HTML language. Whatever the text you type, right? That's not a normal text. It is a hypertext. It's not a normal text case like a paragraph, like normal text. It's a hypertext. Hypertext means buttons, checkbox fields, radio buttons, hyperlinks. Okay, that's hypertext. So from one web page, you can go to another web page using the hyperlinks and all. Okay, web elements can be created with the help of this hypertext markup language on the web pages. So hence, it is not a normal text markup language; it's a hypertext. So like that, HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, you don't have to understand even. Okay, if you can understand what is the purpose of HTML, that's all good. You don't have to break this HTML into multiple parts and understand that. But I thought of explaining it. Okay. Yes, great. Now let's begin. Now let's begin learning HTML. So before I show you how to create the web pages, before I show you how to create the web pages by writing some HTML code, I'll showcase you an existing web page. There is an existing web page for which, okay, for which the HTML code is already written. Okay, the HTML code is already written, or else I'll just quickly create one web page and or else we'll do one thing. I'll just go to one website and show you otherwise. That will be good. I'll go to one sample application. So this is the one web page, guys. You see, there's nothing on this web page other than 404 not found message is coming. That's okay. So let's say this is the web page, right? Any web page you take, if you want to see what HTML code the developers have written for building this web page, very simple, guys. Before you start writing any web pages, creating any web pages, I am actually taking you to some sample website pages for which HTML code is already written for developing them or creating them. So this is one such kind of web page which is already developed, okay, which is already created by writing some HTML code. But if you are a kind of person who want to check what HTML code is written by the developers for building this web page, how to do that, guys? Anyone know how to do that? How to find out the HTML code that is written for developing this web page? You say inspect, okay. Jilani Sheikh is saying inspect option. Sam is saying inspect option. Any other cases? There's one more option. Instead of inspect. Inspect is also possible, but there's another better way. Link, no, Yamini, it's not link. Any guesses? F12. Developer tools you'll get. That is one way. With inspect also you'll get this kind of thing. Okay, whatever the thing that you'll get here with Pawan, whatever thing that you'll get with F12, the same thing you'll get with inspect also. But without inspect, I am saying better option. Is there a better option to check the HTML code of this web page? I'll show you right away. Right click on the web page for which you want to see the HTML code and simply select an option known as, what is the option here? Type in the chat box. If you can see this option, which is above the inspect option. View page source, right? Type in the chat box. The option name is what? View page source. Yes, right. View page source. Select this option. Immediately we'll be able to see the HTML code of this. But it's coming in a single line, that's okay. It's coming in a single page, but yeah. So apart from that, I'll take you to another web page or this web page itself. You can see this is also web page, right? omai.blogspot.com is also web page. So this particular web page, only less HTML code was there. Okay, for this web page, when I see view page source, very less HTML code is there. HTML starting tag, HTML ending tag, and under that body tag is there. Body tag is ending here. H2 is there. H2 is there, and 404 not found is there. Okay. But what about this web page where a lot of elements are there? You see, if you can see this omai.blogspot.com web page, there is heading, there are some menu options, menus and menu options, and this part is there. Multi-selection box field is there. Then this drop-down field is there. Okay. Page one link is there. Image is there. Text area field is there. Search box field is there. Search button is there. Paragraph is there. Hyperlink is there. Okay. Text box field, table is there. Lot of elements exist on this page, right? Lot of elements. So this page looks a bit complex when compared to the previous page. Now right click on some blank area on this web page and select view page source option. You see how much HTML code you got. Is it similar to the previous page or a lot of HTML code is available here? Type in the chat. If you see a lot of, type lot. Yes, Nagaveni, your question, your answer is whatever you are asking is right. What we are seeing in view page source and inspect both are same. Both are showing same code. Yes, both are showing the same code. When you do the inspect, if you right click here and select inspect also, you'll get the same code here. You see, under the elements tag, you'll get the entire same code. I'll go to the beginning. You see doc type HTML, doc type HTML, HTML class v2, dir, LTR, language. Then we got the head tag. Then under that, we got link. Yes, we got link. You see, it's same. Both are same. Inspect and view page source, both are same. Inspect will open this developer tools of Chrome browser in the same page itself. But if you want to have a separate tab where entire HTML code is displayed at a focused level, in a full screen level, you see, you can say view page source. I personally like view page source if I want to check the HTML code of the entire page because it looks very good for me. It's opening all these things in a new tab. But when I say right click and inspect, the same tab, just most probably you will get this option on the right side like this. By default, you will get like this. You have to change it. You have to dock it to the bottom so that at least it will be comfortable for you in the bottom. Okay. But you see, can I see more code in a single view? Here, I have to drag it like this. To some extent, I can drag and check. But why to do all this stuff? Simply, I'll say right click, view page source. You see, full focused view is coming. Nothing is getting hidden. I can simply scroll and check the entire HTML code. Now tell me guys, which option is better for checking the HTML code of the web page? View page source or inspect? Which one is better? View page source or inspect? Type your answer. To check HTML code of the web page, which one is better? Yes, view page source is better than inspect option. That's the reason I asked you to select that VPS option, that is view page source option. Okay, because it is better than inspect option. Right. Okay, great guys. Okay, good participation. Okay, there are many web pages like that. Okay, there are many web pages like that. Let's check some web page which is actually working. It also has a lot of code. What else we have? Just wisely. Pages are expiring for a period of time. Yeah, this one is bit better. Right click, view pages. Still a lot of code is there, but you don't have to learn all this code, guys. Okay. So if you are able to understand this HTML code, that is more than enough. For Selenium automation, you don't have to write the code. Understand this. You don't have to be a developer. Okay. You don't have to be a developer for creating the web pages for Selenium Java automation learning. At least if you can go through this code, understand the code, that's more than enough, I'm saying. Okay. You are not here to develop the web pages. You are here to understand the HTML code that is already written by the developers for creating the web pages. Got the distinction, guys? Don't complicate it, Balu. For that, we'll use inspect option only. Okay. Don't complicate it. Let's not go that. Okay. We are not going to do a PhD in HTML. Okay. So let's not worry about that. I'll tell you whatever that is required. I'll tell you during locators part how to identify the HTML code of a particular element using inspect option only. Okay, let's not worry about that. For now, we are just trying to learn HTML. Okay, that direction I'm going. So don't worry about that. Okay, don't think too much. It's okay to think, but that level is not required at this moment. I mean to say. So this code, if you can read, that is more than enough. This code, if you can understand, that's more than enough. Okay. You see, there is H2. There's some H2, right? So if you can understand what this H2 is, anyone can understand what H2 is, basically, in this HTML code. What is mean by H2? Headings. Headings, right? Heading 2. Heading with the size 2. Heading with the size 1 is highest size. Heading with 2 is the next level size. Like that. Headings. So I'm able to understand. Some of you guys may not be able to understand what this H2 is and all those stuff. Right? For that reason, to understand or read, we should be in a position where we should be able to read this HTML code. Okay, traverse through this HTML code. That's the reason we are learning HTML, guys. Other than that, HTML is actually not required. But Selenium automation, if you are able to understand HTML code, if you are able to at least read and go through the HTML code of any web page, you are good to go. You are good to go, guys. Okay. So without any delay, I'll explain some basics so that you will be able to understand the code behind that creation of the web pages. Okay. Understanding HTML. HTML basics only, guys. You don't have to be an expert here. I'm repeating again and again. You are not going to create any web pages. Okay. You can create it for your own benefit if you want to learn it. I'm not going to stop you. That's all good also. Okay. But that much is not required for Selenium Java automation. How much is required? If you're able to go through the HTML code that already developers have written for creating the web pages, that is more than enough, I am saying. You don't have to be an expert in creating the web pages. You don't have to remember which tag I have to use for creating a hyperlink on the web pages. You don't have to remember which tag I have to use for creating a button on the web pages. That's not required. Okay. So what is required, I'll tell you. Fine. Just understanding the HTML, just by learning some HTML basics. First of all, the basic structure of HTML I'll cover for you. Okay. Basic structure of HTML. What is that? Basic structure of HTML. Whenever you see HTML document, it has a basic structure that I'm going to explain. Let's assume that there is a box, guys. Okay. Let's assume that there is a box, some wooden box or whatever the box. Inside that, there's one person sleeping, or after we die, the kind of box we are put into. In some religions, right, they'll put into a box. Assume that thing. And let's say this is a body of the person, this is the head of the person, this is the body of the person. Okay. Don't worry about that meta. I'm not going to cover that. Okay. Don't ask me that questions. Okay. Meta is you know, it is related to, what I mean to say, like at this moment, if you want me to tell, right, meta and all those stuff. So generally you'll put some keywords, meta text kind of thing, right? Where after you publish the web page, when you Google search, When you Google search, with the help of this meta, things will happen. Okay. So I'll give you one example, but we are deviating actually. I don't like that, but still I am doing that. Fox.com. I'll take you to one website page. I have to go to one article, mobile testing article, let's say. So what is 1 minute? Let's see. Same thing. I'll search Fox mobile testing. You see what text you got here? First of all, when I Google search for QFox space mobile testing, I got the article from QFox.com website, which is my website. Okay. So under this heading, you got the heading here, mobile testing tutorial. First of all, you got the heading. Mobile, where is that heading? Is this heading matching? Mobile testing tutorial hyphen a complete detailed easy guide is coming. It's different, right? Here, mobile testing made easy tutorial is there. Here you are getting mobile testing tutorial. Is it same or different? This heading is matching with this heading or not? Matching or not? Different. What about this particular text that you're getting? Learn about mobile testing from scratch in this complete, detailed, and easy step-by-step guide. This tutorial post covers all the concepts of mobile testing. This text is there. Do you see this text anywhere on this article? Do you want to learn mobile testing concepts in detail from scratch? Then you are at the right place, which is different. How you are getting this different heading? When I Google search, some other heading is coming for the same article. Some other description is coming for the same article. How this is possible? Because this heading and this brief introduction of this article is written with a purpose. When someone Google searches, you should display this kind of stuff. How that is possible? Right click on this web page, some blank area, say view page source. View page source. Go to the meta section or some kind of section. You see, this is a meta section, right? Under the meta section, I gave a title. Can you see the title? Inside the meta section, one of the meta section, I gave a title. This title is coming in the search results, right? Can you see? Can you correlate now? Mobile testing tutorial complete. This title is coming. And similarly, under same meta, there will be somewhere, okay. Yeah, this one, meta. This is also meta tag, right? Some name description I have given. You see content. This content is coming or not? As a summary, when I Google search in the search results, learn about mobile testing from scratch in this complete detailed and easy step-by-step tutorial guide. This tutorial post covers all the concepts. This is coming. This is the purpose of meta. You got the idea now. For search results, the search results, if you want the Google to take, this heading and some other initial text, that won't look good, right? People cannot understand. So we use meta tags. While building the web pages, we use meta tags so that Google can, instead of displaying the default heading and default initial text, it will display, when someone Google search, it will display our own, whatever the title we want to get in the search results, that title will come. Whatever the text, summary text that we want to display to the end users, real users while searching, right? That text we are giving with the help of meta tag. Like that, every tag has a purpose. Clear now? But let's not deviate there. This is only for the people who already have some basic knowledge of HTML and they want to know what is meta. I explained. Okay. But other people can ignore this for a while. Okay. Because I don't wanted to deviate. So now let's focus on understanding the base, because that is also not required, guys. Meta and all, that is not required for you to learn. For Selenium Java automation, that meta tags and all knowledge is not required at all. Okay. You need to know some basic knowledge of HTML. That is more than enough. Anyhow, I'm going to give you one resource, guys. All your questions will be answered in that resource. But only thing that you have to do is you have to take up that assignment and try to watch the video by the end of this weekend, and you should be ready. Okay. So, but even that is also not required. But if you are really interested in going to the next level in HTML, you have to take my assignment. Okay. You have to do my assignment. That's what I can say for now. So now let's understand the basic structure of HTML. Have drawn a box. Inside the box, have put the head of the person and body of the person. Okay. By looking at this box, we can understand the structure of HTML. That is basic structure of HTML. The box is starting here, right? The box is starting here. So this is the place where HTML tag will start. When you're creating the web pages, inside the web pages, you will write this HTML starting tag. Less than symbol, greater than symbol. In between that, the tag name HTML is there. Now, where the box is ending? Where the box is ending, guys? Here. Here the box is ending. So we will also, while creating the web pages, to initiate the starting of the web page, we write HTML tag. Like box is starting here, box is ending here. HTML is starting here. Content in the HTML web page is starting here and ending here. Okay. And here, how to write the ending tag? This is starting tag. How to write the ending tag? Less than symbol. What is this? What is this, guys? Forward slash or backward slash? Forward slash. Because it is looking forward, so forward slash. If it is looking backward, it is called as backward slash. We use forward slash. Okay. Less than symbol, forward slash. HTML, close the HTML tag. That's it. Greater than symbol. So starting of the HTML tag will be like this. It's forward slash. Okay. So less than symbol HTML, greater than. This is a predefined tag. HTML is a predefined tag. Okay. So in HTML, we have all the tags as predefined, guys. These are not user-defined tags. Okay. They have some predefined names that we have to follow and write. Ending tag will have the closing tag like this. Okay. Apart from this, if you see after less than symbol, you will have a forward slash extra mentioned, and this will become a closing tag. This is a starting tag of HTML. This is a closing tag of HTML. Starting of the box, we have the starting tag of HTML. Ending of the box, we have the ending tag of HTML. Now, inside the HTML, the heading starting here, the head is ending here. The starting place of the head, slash, less than symbol, head. This is the starting of the head tag. Under the HTML tag, under the HTML tag, we have head tag, which is starting here, and the head tag ending here. We'll have a forward slash here to represent that. Done. Now, similarly, under this HTML, we not only have the head tags, but we also have the body tags at the same level. At the same level of the head tags, this is at a higher level. This is a parent, this is one of the child. Okay. Under HTML, the child, one of the child is head tags. Similarly, body is also, this is a body section, right? So I'll write body. Very simple, right? HTML is very easy to understand because the same terms they have used for representing this thing, HTML slash HTML. Head, body. Head of the HTML, body of the HTML, like that. Okay. Here, body is ending. Body is ending here. Okay. Head and body. Like this. Forward slash, you should not forget. Okay. Done. Clear with the structure of HTML, everyone? Type C in the chat if you are clear with the structure of HTML. The basic structure will involve this code. This code, if you understand, this tags, if you understand, you can start writing the HTML code. HTML, head, body. That's it. Very basic structure of HTML, which everyone should be clear. You don't need any knowledge to create the web pages. Again, I'm saying you just need to understand HTML. That is more than enough. But in this session, I'm going to show you how to create the web pages also. That's up to you whether you want to practice or not. Okay. So here, Notepad++, Notepad++, in one of the new tab, I'll start writing the HTML code. What is the first thing that you have to write? Starting out the box, that is HTML. Go here and say HTML. Okay. Under that, press tab key. Then write head section. Under the HTML, we have the head section, slash head. Similarly, at the same level, write body. I'm just formatting manually. Here, you see, I am formatting manually. I have written the basic structure of HTML. You see, this what it looks like in Notepad++ when I initially write. Okay. It's not identified currently as HTML document, but there is a benefit in using Notepad++. After I save this file, you will see that not be the plain text anymore. It looks more colorful and all after I save this file as HTML file. Okay. Understand this, guys. When I'm starting, when I'm typing some text, this is a normal text that is considering because it's not a HTML document so far. Notepad++, we didn't mention the Notepad++ that this is an HTML document. I'm just writing a normal text file like that I'm writing. So it's not displaying all these tags in colorful way, or in a kind of, more advanced options are not coming here because this Notepad++ doesn't know that whatever the text I'm typing is from HTML language. Okay. How can I communicate to this Notepad++ software that whatever the text I have written here is belonging to HTML code itself, HTML language itself? For that, I have to save this file with the extension HTML. Able to understand, guys? Before I'm saying saving this file, it looks very simple. Plain text is there. But now let me save this file. Save as. I'll go to one location. Any location where, in my machine, I'll just go to one of the location. And here also I can save it, or I can create a separate folder like HTML demo files, just to segregate, guys. Nothing much. It's not compulsory also. Without creating the folder also, you can create this HTML file. Inside this folder, in my downloads folder, inside the HTML file, demo files folder, I am doing that. You can go to any location in your machine and save this file. Even you don't have to create a folder also. Here you see, by default, it is showing the name of the file is new63 and the extension is .txt, but this is not required. I'll just change everything. Clear this out and give a particular name. My first HTML demo. This is the name of the file I gave, guys. Okay. What is the name of the file I gave? What is the name of the file I gave? My first HTML demo is the name of the file I give. You can give anything. My HTML. Okay. HTML demo. Anything you can give, guys, but this is the name of the file I give. And I have to give an extension known as .html. What is the extension of? Extension I'm giving .html. Okay, remember this. .html is the extension. Type in the chat what is the extension. Everyone type in the chat what is the extension. You have to remember this. Wherever you guys have to remember a particular thing, I'm asking you or making you guys type in the chat box. Okay, I'm stressing some points here and there. So if you type it, it will register in your brain. Okay, that's the reason. .html. .html. Correct, correct, correct. And here, instead of the normal text file, I have to change it to all types. This is the only thing you have to do. First, you have to give the name of the file. Then you have to give the extension of the file in this file name section while saving this Notepad++ file. And save as types, you have to change it to all types. Now click on save button. That's it. Now, do you see any difference? Before saving, it was different. Now, after saving, can you see some functionality? You see? I can, expand, collapse, right? A lot of things came up. Color is added. Some extra minus and plus things are getting added. You see, now Notepad++ recognizes that this is an HTML language or using which you have written this HTML code. Okay, using HTML language, you have written the HTML code. Now Notepad++ understand. This functionality is not there in the normal Notepad. Now up to you. If you don't want this kind of extra functionality, you can even practice HTML in the basic Notepad editor that will generally come by default with your Windows operating system. Okay. But you are the kind of person you want to see the extra features, colors, and all those stuff. It will feel good for you when you use Notepad++ over the normal Notepad. Then you have to go for Notepad++. I'm not restricting you guys to Notepad++ or Notepad. You can choose any of these things while practicing HTML. But I personally prefer Notepad++ because the colors are getting added. These extra options are coming and all because of which. Already we have saved this file, right? I'll go to the location in my machine where this HTML file is already saved. You see, here it is there. By default, this HTML file, right, is recognized by one of my browser here. So if you want to change the application using which you want to open this HTML file, you can right click here on this file. Or if this browser option is not coming, then right click on this file and say open with option and select one of the option. Or choose another app. In that, select the required browser using which you want to open the HTML file. It can be Chrome, Edge, Firefox, or any other browser. Only select the browsers. Okay. If I want to do this with the help of Firefox, I can select this and say always. Or if I'm okay with the Google Chrome browser, Select this Google Chrome and say always. You see, every time this file is getting opened. Now the HTML file has been opened here. Can you see that? In one of the browser, I opened the HTML file. Do you see anything on the body section? Is there anything on the body section? No, right? So this is HTML code. This is the HTML file we have saved, and that we have opened with the help of the browser. One of the browsers, say Chrome. Now body is not coming properly. We are going to develop something. Okay, wait for that. But if you first see the title of this page, can you see the title of this page on the browser tab? Can you see the title of the page on the browser tab? My first HTML demo. My first HTML demo.html. Does this title look good? Is the correct title? It's actually giving the name of the file and extension of the file, whatever you saved. This is the name of the file and extension is coming as a title. But this is not a proper title, right? So in HTML, we have a tag known as title tag that need to be written inside the head tags. In between the head tags, we can write the title. If you don't mention the title of this web page in this while writing the HTML code, by default, the title will be taken as what? By default, if I by default, title of the page will be taken as what? If I don't mention the title tags in this HTML code, file name and extension, file name and extension of the file, both file name and extension of the file will be the title. But what if I have to give my own title, proper title inside the head tags? I press tab key here and type. I'm using the which tag? A predefined tag in HTML known as title tag. Which tag I have to use, guys? For mentioning the title of the web page, for specifying the title of the web page while writing the HTML code, title tag, right? Here I'll write HTML by Arun is the title I want to give. Okay, I gave the title. Now save this file. Go here in the browser where the file is already open. You see, this is a file, right? From this path, this HTML file has been opened in the browser. So this is the same file already there. Just refresh once. Now, can you see a difference in the title? Do you see a different title now? Whatever the new title I mentioned is coming or not? HTML by Arun is coming or not? Right? This much knowledge is enough, guys. This much basic knowledge is enough. Okay? I'm not going to teach you the entire HTML code. I'm only going to teach you some basics of HTML, some very basics of HTML that are more than enough for you to, for Selenium Java automation, this much is enough. So title I gave you. Now, what is about this body? Body is kind of blank. I want to display some elements here. Okay. So what I will do here is, yeah, I'm going to, let's say in the body section, what I can do. Let me think. Some headings. I want to display heading here. I want to create a page heading, right? That will be good, right? So for headings, we have heading tags like this, okay? In HTML, for everything, there is a HTML tag. H1, the heading having the highest size in HTML is H1 tag. This is the highest size heading, okay? Slash H1. You can give any any title here. I mean heading here. Heading 1 for a demo. Okay, like that I gave another text. Anything you can give in between that. This is a H1 starting tag. This is a H1 ending tag. And in between that, we have the text that we want to display on the page as a heading. Now save this, come back here and refresh. You see, heading 1 for demo is coming. Heading is coming on the body, right? If I copy paste this, we have 6 levels of such kind of headings. We have 6 levels of headings, guys. H2, H2. H3 means next size. Next size. This is the biggest size. The next size is this one. And the next size is this one. H4 is the next lowest size of heading. H5 is next level size of lowest size of heading. H6 is the next level size of lowest size of heading. Now save this, come back here and refresh here. You see, heading 1 for demo, heading 1 for demo, heading 1 for demo, heading 1 for demo, heading 1. Can you see the size of the heading getting reduced? Can you see the size of the heading getting reduced? With H1, we got this much size. H2 this much size, this much size. Heading size is getting reduced. So most probably in day-to-day applications, we either go with H1 or H2, guys. Okay, depending on the type of the application. People you generally use H1. Most of the cases, H2 is a heading that people follow. Okay. So H2 is a heading. I'm removing all the head. Only one heading I'll keep it, and here we are practicing. We are practicing HTML here. Okay. We are practicing HTML here. Sorry. Save. Let's come back here and refresh. You see, we are practicing HTML here is the heading. Under the heading, okay, I'll write some text. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay. HTML stands for hypertext markup language and is used for creating web pages. In this session, I am going to teach you how to understand HTML code. For Selenium Java automation learning, we need to understand the basics of HTML. We don't need to know how to create web pages, but if we are able to at least understand the HTML code that is written for developing the web pages, that is more than enough. Okay, this is a text. This is a normal text. So what I'll do is I want each and every line of this particular text to display in a separate line. So here I want this part to be separate line. We don't, you see HTML, this is separate line, this part is another line, this is another line, like that. 3 different lines I want. Save this, come back and refresh. Do you think all these 3 lines now will come in a separate lines? What do you say, guys? You see, I separated this line. Do you think it will come in a separate line? This 3 lines will come in a separate lines. Save this and refresh. The answer is no, right? That's correct. You see, is it coming in a separate line or a single para kind of thing? I mean, single line only it is coming. Continuously it's coming, right? Because HTML will not understand this. Okay, you have to tell HTML that, okay, after this text, go to the new line. For that, we have tag known as br slash. What is this tag? Br slash, break line. Br means break line. It will go to the new line. Whenever, you see, when you compare this tag with this tags, is it different? Does it have a starting and ending tag? BR has a starting and ending tag. BR has a starting and ending tag, guys. It's self-closing tag. What is this BR? It is a self-closing tag. Type in the chat box. Self-closing tag. BR is a self-closing tag. Self-closing. SC. SC you can write if you want. Type your answer. SC. You see, not all tags are self-closing tags. You see, for example, HTML is not a self-closing tag. It's starting somewhere, ending somewhere. Head is starting somewhere, ending somewhere. Title is starting somewhere, ending somewhere. H2 is starting somewhere, ending somewhere. Body is starting somewhere, ending somewhere. But BR is not starting somewhere, ending somewhere. Rather, it is starting here itself, ending here itself. It's generally known as what? Self-closing tag. Like that, many tags are there in HTML. Self-closing tag. This is one type of tag. Okay. Next, where is another place where you have to write br slash br slash? Okay, here is another place. Wherever you want to go to the new line, just type br slash. Now save this. This time, when I refresh the page, you'll not get this in a single line. 3 different lines will come. You see, this one is one line, this is another line. 3 different lines we got. Still, you want to have a gap between this line and this line. What you can do is add one more br. 2 lines. After writing this line, line on the page, it will go to 2 lines and then it will start this one. Okay, you see, now you got a gap. One br will take you to the new line, another br will take you to this line. Okay, You can add as many number of gaps if you want, okay? Like 3, 4, 5 gaps also you can give. The distance will increase. Between the second line and third line, you see a lot of distance because BR it went to this line, again BR next line, BR next line, BR next line, BR next line. Like, okay? Fine. Or else, there's another way. I'll clear all this stuff. Instead of displaying these things in separate lines, you see, this one, from here to here, I want to make one paragraph. Here to here, I want to make another paragraph. So I'll start this P tag here. The paragraph is starting here. P stands for paragraph. In English, we have paragraphs, right? Till here, paragraph should end. Slash P. Again, this one is another paragraph. So here is another paragraph, P tag, and paragraph is ending here, slash P. Two paragraphs. In English, we generally write the text in paragraph format, right? If you go with any book and all, you see paragraphs. You see, this is the first paragraph. This is coming as part of the first paragraph. These two lines are coming as a part of the first paragraph, and this coming as a second paragraph. And similarly, we have a lot of other things to do, guys. Okay, we have a lot of other things to do. That is input type is equal to text. I will say, don't worry about this. Let me write the code. I'm creating a text box field. So for text box field, in tag name will be input, type will be text. Okay. This is an attribute, guys. Till now we have not seen any attributes, right? Now attribute has come. Attributes have come. Input, type, text. This is an attribute. Attribute name inside the starting tag itself. You see, I can write the input tag like this. Input. Okay. Slash input. Like this, I'll write. Okay. Input. I think input self-closing, I guess. Let's write input like this. Save this and see what's happening here on the page. Nothing is using. We got some text box field by default. I can type it. Okay. By default, if you write an input tag, that is text box field. Okay. So along with that, I'll write type. Type is equal to what? Text. Whether I write this attribute name or not, it's taking as input. I mean, the text box field only. Input type text. Now save this. Refresh here. The same thing is coming where I can type the text. Okay. I would like to, I don't know what to type into the text box field. I'll give a label here. I'll just give a label like, username, colon. If you don't want to give colon also, it's fine. Username is also fine. Okay. Whatever the text you give here, that will come as a label here. I have to save it actually. Save it. Refresh. Username, text box field. Arun Mondori is the username. Okay. I want to give a password field. I want to create a password field. Password. Again, input tag. Type is equal to text box field. If I give there's a problem in this, I'll tell you. Save this. Refresh. It's coming in the same line. Username, password are coming in the same line. I want it to be displayed in the new line. What I have to do? Here I'll write br slash break line. Save this. Refresh. Username is coming here. Password is coming here. This is a label text I gave. Normal text, if you type, it will become a label text, and this is actually the text box. Here I'll write Arun Motori. Password I'll write 12345. But is a password visible? Guys, is a password visible? But it should not be visible, right? Is it a good thing to display the password when user is typing? No, right? We should not make it displayed. So what I will do is observe the HTML code, guys. Instead of type is equal to text, I will change it to type is equal to password. Save. Now refresh. Now type username. It will be visible because it's type text. Whereas password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I'm giving. Can you see the password? Is the password visible now? Type in the chat. Is the password visible? Not visible. NV you can type if you want. Okay. For a difference. Not visible. Yes, right. NV. Not visible. Username is visible. Password is not visible. Username is visible. Password is not visible. Okay. It's hidden. You can see that it's hidden. So that's the difference that type attribute is making. Like that in HTML, there are a lot of attributes, guys. In HTML, there are a lot of attributes. Again, I'll say br slash. This time, input type is equal to, what is this type known as? In the starting tag, I'm giving it something known as type. What is type known as? Attribute. Type in the chat. Attribute. Attribute name. You can say attribute name. AN. Attribute name or AN you have to type in the chat box. Type is one of the attributes that are there in HTML. Predefined attributes, guys. Okay. It's the attribute name. One of the attribute name we have for the input text is type. To this we can mention different values. Is equal to, in double quotes, I'm giving the value. Here I'm going to give a value like button, type button. What do you think will be created on the UI? When I give the same input tag, here type is equal text box field got displayed on the web page. When I give type is equal to password field got displayed. Whereas if for the same input tag, if I give type is equal to button, a button field will be displayed. Okay, button field. Just see what's happening. Button. Does it look like a button? Proper button? Does it look like a proper button? No, button should have a label, right? For this text box field to get the label outside the HTML code, outside that HTML code of this text box field, I gave the label. Okay, password. But for the button to give the label, what we have to do is here we have to give value is equal to login. I'm using another attribute known as login here. Like that in HTML, there are different attribute names like type attribute, value attribute, and so on. Here I'm giving value is equal to login. Save this. Refresh. Did you get the proper label now? Whatever the value I gave assigned to the value attribute of this input tag, that is coming on the button, right? So this is how we have to create the web pages. Got some idea how to create the web pages? This is how, okay? This much basic knowledge is enough, guys. Let's create, finally, let's create some hyperlink. That's the last item for today. Okay, HTML, this much knowledge is enough. Hyperlink I'll create and show you. For hyperlink, which tag I have to use? Which tag I have to use? A tag, right? Type in the chat A is the answer. Everyone type A in the chat box. Everyone type A in the chat box. A/A. Just give me 2 more minutes, guys. I'll be done with today's session. We can go with the doubts. Okay. I'll give you the assignment also, and then we'll go with the doubts. Okay. Starting A tag, ending A tag. In between that, I'll type Fox, my website. The name of my website I'm giving. In between this is a starting tag, this is the ending tag, and in between that I'm giving the name of my website, that is Fox. Now save this and refresh here. A stands for anchor, right? Does it look like hyperlink? Fox, does it look like a hyperlink? Even though I put inside the A tags, anchor tag, is it looking like hyperlink? No. How to convert this into a hyperlink? If I click also, nothing is happening. What I have to do to convert this into a hyperlink? Here, simple. I have to use an attribute known as, what is the name of the attribute I'm using? Type in the chat box the attribute name. What I'm giving that attribute? href, hyperlink reference. To this href, we are going to assign the URL. Okay, when someone clicks on QFox, to which website they have to taken to which web page they have to be taken to. They have to, it should take you to which website? QFox.website. I'll copy the URL of this website and paste it here in the href. Okay, href is equal to the URL I'm giving. Now save this. Now come back here and refresh. Now does it look like a hyperlink now? I can see the hand icon also, right? Does it look, guys, like hyperlink? Type S if it looks like. Yes. Now click on QFox. Is it taking us to this web page? QFox.com website, where all the contents of the website are there. You see, a lot of things I shared, right? You can join our Telegram channels and all the QFox YouTube channels that or other YouTube channels we are running. A lot of free tutorials on, software testing. Everything is there. Okay, you guys can bookmark this page for your future needs. Fine. And since we came here, I'm just letting you know. Okay. So qfox.com, click on that website. One more thing I can tell you. Here, one more attribute I would like to add. That is, you see, when I click on this qfox.com page, is this web page opening the same tab or a different tab is opening? Same or different tab? ST or DT? Same tab or different tab? When I click on this QFox, in the same tab it is opening or a different tab it's opening? Same. Type same or same tab is ST or something, same tab or anything you want. But if I want, when I click on this, it should open in the new tab. What I have to do? For that, I have to add one more attribute known as, what is the attribute name? Ahref. Target is the name of the attribute is equal to underscore blank I have to give. If I give the value as underscore blank for this target attribute, inside the starting tag of anchor tag, these are the attribute names, these are the attribute values. You see, this is the first attribute that anchor tag is having, and its value is this one. The second attribute the anchor tag is having, its value is this one. So if almost every HTML tag will have this kind of attributes, guys. Okay. So we have for every respective HTML tags, there will be appropriate tags, attributes. Okay. Now target is equal to underscore. The moment I put it and save this and go here and refresh, click on this. Is this website opening in same tab or new tab this time? The website page is opening in new tab or same tab? New tab, NT. Correct. That's much, guys. That's much. We are done with HTML. Hope you guys enjoyed HTML. Is it clear? HTML is clear? This much of knowledge is enough, guys. You don't have to be an expert in HTML. This much of basic HTML is enough. Okay, but you guys practice it still, even though it's not required for you to learn the entire HTML for Selenium Java. Since you have some knowledge now, you can practice, guys. Who is stopping you from learning HTML, right? Somehow, if not for Selenium Java, it will be useful for you for other purposes. But since these sessions are all for Selenium Java automation purpose, I'm not going to teach you the entire HTML. I'll clear your doubts, don't worry. But you have to learn the HTML code by yourself. I'm going to give you one video that you have to watch. Now the assignment time has come. The assignment time has come where I'm going to give you the assignment.
So, Arun,
Yeah, wait. After the assignment, you guys can ask me the questions. You just give me a second. So basic technologies, HTML full course. Click on this link. You see how many hours you have to spend? This is 4 hours. Click on it again. You can see on the title. Ads are coming. Okay, it's not displaying also. Okay. Yeah, here. Yeah, HTML detailed and easy tutorials for beginners from scratch. Learn complete HTML in 4 hours. It also includes CSS also, guys. So tomorrow I'll take up CSS. Okay. Today HTML completed. Tomorrow I'll take CSS, guys. Okay. And other stuff one by one I'll cover. Okay. For now, HTML, CSS are both are good. For that will be fine. Today HTML I covered, right? Tomorrow CSS I'll cover. So this link I'll paste everywhere basically. I'll paste everywhere. In the chart of this thing, I'll paste it. Anyone want to leave, they can leave, guys. Okay, doubts time will start now. Okay, if you are hurry to office, you can leave. If you have any doubts, you can stay, guys. Okay, fine. Now just give me a second, guys. Let me pause the assignment, otherwise I'll forget. After that, you can ask me all the doubts and all. Telegram group. Assignment 2 for this week. Learn and practice HTML from this video. This is a 4-hour session. This video is 4 hours. So for your own benefit, if you want to become an expert in HTML, you have to learn this. From basics I covered already. Anyhow, today I gave you the boost and all. So with that knowledge, you can go and complete this assignment. By the end of this week, that test cases, that task I gave you for the 4 tabs, right? 4 functionalities that you have to complete. And this one is another assignment, which is derived from today's session. Okay, now you can go and ask your doubts, guys. Okay, and ask your doubts, guys.
Arun, in the tags, I have two doubts. Like, if we want the link to display in a separate tab, we should use target blank. The
Yes,
target blank and
target is equal to underscore blank. You have to give so that the tab will open in a new tab. The link will
new
open
tab.
in a new tab. Okay, that's the main purpose why we are giving that. Okay, like that, many attributes are there. So the focus here is not about, which tag we are using and all. The focus is all about, I wanted to explain that because
Yeah.
this session is all about understanding HTML, right? Now you understand the basic structure of HTML. Now inside the HTML tags, head and body that will be there, you understood. Title tag, you understood, right? So how the starting and ending tags will be there, you understood. How the self-closing tags exists also, you understood, right? How the self-closing tags will look like, you understood. Like that, many other self-closing tags are also there. Here I'm only giving some samples only for you guys to understand. Next thing that you have to understand from this session is, you see, the attributes will be provided in the starting tag or ending tag, basically. The attributes are provided in the starting tag or ending tags. Answer me. Here,
Sorry,
Starting tag.
starting tag, right? href is one attribute. Target is another attribute. Are we providing these attributes in starting tag or ending tag?
starting tag.
Starting tag. That's what you need to know. That's the basic knowledge I'm teaching you here. Okay. And
Okay.
how we are creating the attributes, that you have to understand. Every attribute will have an attribute name. We have to use equal symbol, and in double quotes we have to give the value. That's how the attributes look like, right? And in a single HTML tag, how many attributes I have to give? Can I give only one or more than one?
More than one.
More than one. There may be some elements. There 10 attributes can be there.
Yes.
Now it's the time for you to go and see. Like if you go to one of the website like this, you can explore, right? You can understand basically. This complex application, you go, right click and say view page source. Whatever I taught you will be there. You see, HTML, these are attributes. Attribute 2, attribute 3, right? You see, even HTML has attributes and values. Each and every attribute has a meaning, and that you don't have to understand to that extent, because you are not going to create the web pages, right? Here you are learning Selenium automation. Okay, why they have given class attribute? If you go and explore, it will take 2 months, 3 months for you to master that. Okay, but at least you can understand what's going on here, right? You see, under HTML head is there, under that link is there, meta tags are there, each and every tag, lot of tags, hundreds of thousands of tags are there in HTML. Each and everything we cannot learn, right? Like that. Okay, so lot of things. Okay, in the coming days, this CSS and everything will come. Don't worry about that. Okay, later we'll see. So you see JavaScript, how to provide the JavaScript code from the HTML pages and all. A lot of other things are there. HTML is not simple as it looks like in the beginning, but once you keep on doing, you'll get a lot of interest in chasing that towards it. Okay, it's very good one. Okay, you can learn it to some extent where you can be at the next level. But in the main session is not about that one. Okay, so here I want to teach you something. For example, somewhere here you are seeing some let's say H2. Now you can understand what H2 is heading to. Okay. Then button tags are there somewhere here. You see, starting button tag is there, ending button tag is there. In the starting button tag, one of the attribute is there. You see, this input tag has lot of attributes, right? ID attribute, type attribute, disabled attribute, value attribute, on click attribute. Many attributes are there. So going ahead, coming to this, the complete summary will come to this, whatever I covered today. For different things, different tags will be there. Predefined tags will be there in HTML. Starting tag, ending tag will be there. And in the starting tags, we provide the attributes. That can be 1 or 0 to any number of attributes we can provide for a starting tag. And there may be some self-closing tags, different type of self-closing tag. And this is a basic structure. Now you got the idea? Basic knowledge of HTML you got?
Yes.
You got the feeling, right? Now it's the time for you to don't stop here and just do my assignment. Whatever the assignment I gave you, by the end of Sunday, you have to do it. Okay. By the end of the Sunday, you have to do it. Then you'll be good to go. Okay. It's not compulsory. The assignment is not compulsory. This much knowledge is also enough for our learning. Okay. But if you do this assignment as an extra thing, you'll be at the next level. but not for Selenium Java automation. For the other purpose, you will be able to do it, okay, in your life. Okay. So, yes, ask.
Arun, the value for target is we use one attribute value is underscore blank. So is there any other value we have to remember for target, or just blank is most commonly used?
This is one question you got, right? Instead of asking me that question, HTML target attribute, if you type here, you will get all, you got the, you are thinking about HTML now, right?
Yes.
That is actually required. That much knowledge is required. You see, HTML a target anchor tag related attribute. What we can do? Target is called underscore blank. Okay. Definition and usage. A lot of things will be there.
Okay.
This works in all the browsers they are saying. Okay. You can either use underscore blank or underscore self, underscore parent, underscore top, underscore frame name. Sorry, normal frame name. Like that, many values you can give. For how the each and every value work. When you say underscore blank, it opens the liquid document in a new window or a tab. If you say underscore self, it opens the liquid document in the same frame as it were clicked. Underscore parent means the parent frame. Underscore top means you have to explore this. Okay, you have to go to the next level and do R&D on this. Okay.
Okay.
It's an endless topic.
Yeah, and when should we particularly use anchor tag? A
tag is for creating the hyperlinks on the web pages.
Okay.
For creating the hyperlinks. For example, if you do this, you see, try it yourself, WT schools. This is the code they have written. You see, anchor tag they have used. href, they have given some URL. Okay, and target underscore blank. And when you click on this, it will open that website page. Okay. For hyperlinks, for this purpose, for hyperlinks, you need anchor tag. For paragraphs, you have to use p tag. For everything in HTML, for every element on the, for example, if you go to this website, there is an image. Which tag they have used? Right click on this and select inspect option. The HTML code of this image will come and get highlighted here. If you want to see, someone was asking me, right, how to find the HTML code of a particular element. For this particular image, what is the HTML code? IMG is the tag name. SRC is that different attributes will come. Height and width attributes also came like that. Okay. Height of the image, width of the image. Now, for example, if you want to know for this text area field, what is HTML code? Right click on this. Select inspect option. The HTML code of this text area field will get highlighted here. Like this also you can learn HTML. Text area, ID, rows, columns, content, and so on. Okay. Clear?
Thanks, sir.
Welcome. Okay. Maha is asking me a question. Do we have to use input tag only for text fields? Not like that. You see, I can explain you. You are able to see this web page, right? For example, this search text box field is there. Let's find out which HTML tag is used for building this text box field. Right click and select inspect option. The HTML code for this text box field will come here. What is the input tag? What is the tag name for the text box field? Input tag. But here type is mentioned as what? Type is mentioned as text. For example, this radio button. Right click on this radio button, inspect. The HTML code of the radio button will come here. Input ID is equal to radio 1. ID is equal to radio 1. Type, what is the type? Is it text or radio? What is the type, guys? Type in the chat. What is the type here? Same input tag. For text box fields also input tag. For radio button also input tag. But type is differing, right? Type is called radio button. There are some elements which have the same input tag. Don't think that only the text fields, text box field only has the input tag, but radio button also has an input tag, but type is different. Type is called radio. For example, the search button, again input tag only, but type is submit. For some buttons it will be type submit. For some buttons it will type will be button. Okay. Apart from the checkbox fields, inspect the checkbox field. Tag name is input. Type is checkbox. Okay, like the different elements will be on the page having the same tag name but different. All these things you will understand after you complete that assignment that I have gave you. I've given you an assignment, right? That 4 video you have to watch by the end of this weekend. Complete that video and come back. Clear? Complete the video and come back, guys. And the assignment is compulsory, guys. Okay, the assignment is compulsory. Some sections are important. I'll try to cover tomorrow. Tomorrow is, Thursday, right? Tomorrow I'll cover some aspects of that. If possible, today you will go with that video and try to complete as much as possible. Tomorrow I'll cover some basic aspects like ID, name, class attribute, and so on. Okay. Along with CSS, I'll cover that ID, name, class. Okay. I'll not cover the entire HTML, but some portion of HTML you need to understand that I have to stress it out. That I'll cover it tomorrow in tomorrow's session.
Some more like tags like radio button listed listed one.
No. I'll not cover tags. Rather, I'll cover, attributes. Some attributes that are required for Selenium automation, I'll cover. Okay. All other things you have to practice. How to create an image, you have to practice by watching that video, because I cannot spend the entire time in these sessions, right? I have to provide directions, and whatever that is required, I have to cover. If I cover everything, right, this duration of this training session will take more than 3 months also. Okay. So let's not deviate there. Okay. I have to give you the assignments. Okay. And you guys have to practice and come back to me. Fine?
Sir,
Yes.
if you want to place the heading at the middle, how can you write, sir?
You want to close what? At the what?
If you want to put the heading at the middle,
You can write anywhere on the HTML, right? This heading, right? You just put it whatever place. For example, in between the paragraph, you want the heading. You can put it there.
not sir. Starting heading should be at the middle. I am asking.
Alignment,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Attributes, again, attributes will be there. Alignment related attributes will be there. You can Google search for that. Okay. Because I even don't remember all HTML things. Okay.
Okay,
Knowledge
sir.
is enough, but because it may be there. Mostly align keyword, align attribute name will be there. Align HTML. Align attribute will be there. So you have to say center or something will be there for that. Okay. So you see, align, left, right, center, justify will be there. You can use any of these values. So let's say center will write. Okay. For example, this one only will write H2 align center. Save this. And I think I closed it. Let me open that again. Now is the heading coming in between?
Yes, sir.
This is the plan. Okay. So
Thank you.
everything is there online, guys. Okay. It's just you have to practice. That's it. Whatever thoughts you are getting, try to implement them. Okay. Now you got a question that, okay, what if the heading is there in the center? Google search, find it out and apply. Practice and apply. That's the way we have to do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Going to give you one more assignment, guys. That is, you have to explain different type of web elements on the web pages. Like image is one web element, multi-selection box field is another web element, drop-down field is another web element, text area field. Like that, you have to explore, do R&D on different application pages to find different type of elements and note them down. That's another assignment that I'll give tomorrow. Okay. Just try to remind me, guys, about this assignment. Okay. Tomorrow I would like to give that. When I teach you tomorrow CSS, I'll teach you CSS and few more things that are left in HTML, like ID attribute, name attribute, class attribute, I'll teach you. Okay. Along with that, I'll give you this assignment also. Tomorrow, most probably I'll teach you CSS, some bit of JavaScript, not dedicatedly, but in HTML, how to run the JavaScript. At a high level, I'll teach you how to take this HTML journey to the next level. I'll teach you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So any other questions? Yeah.
Arun, can we see the code one time? Just code window.
This one?
Oh yeah, yes. Oh
You want this code?
yeah, yes, the full code. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do one thing. I'll just paste it in the is our group. Batch one group, batch one. Batch. Yesterday only I just pinged something, but I don't find it today.
Or in our chat also is fine. Zoom chat.
Zoom chat, fine, I'll paste it. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just there's one way to, because today I'm starting, right? Let's do one thing. Tomorrow onwards, I'm day-to-day sessions, right? Whenever I create this kind of content, right? If you need it, ask it on the same day itself. Okay. What I will do is I'll upload this into my Google Drive and share the file with you. No problem. Okay. Your responsibility is that every day, as part of the doubts, you can ask me whatever the code. At the same time, during the session itself, you can remind me. Sometimes I'll forget and will not share with you. Better whatever I'm teaching you in the classes, right? If you want that code, ask me right away. Okay. When I go to another session, another topic, just tell me that, okay, just can you share me the code, sir? I'll share you right away. Okay. So that's the plan from tomorrow we'll take. Okay. So someone take the responsibility in the batch and keep asking me, because my focus will be only on training. I may sometimes forget to share this kind of stuff with you. So better I share these things with you. Okay. Make me guys remember the things like keep sharing kind of stuff, because a lot of things I have to cover. So every time I cannot remember. So just ask me in the chat, or ask me directly during the session. I'll share with you. Paint PPT is not possible because paint PPT is so don't worry about paint PPTs. It's not required, guys. Okay. So anyhow, the recording will be there. Recording is anyhow given to you. You can take screenshot of the recordings, and okay, that's a better way. But this code, right? You cannot replicate something that you cannot replicate and takes a lot of efforts. I'll share you. Otherwise, if I keep sharing everything, right, a lot of overloading of data will happen your side. And you'll get confused. Okay, on which is important, which is not important. Yes, you can see code for any web pages, HTML code, right? You can see code, right click view page source. That's the way we have to see the code. Hey, Maha, you're asking me the question, right? Can we see code for any web page? Yes, you can try it yourself. Open any web page in the any browser and right click on the web page and say view page source. You'll get the code, HTML code that is written by developers for developing that web page. Okay. 1 minute. Let me share the code in a better way. Going ahead, if I create this structure, right, it won't be a problem where I'll be sharing you all the code with you. So here is I generally use Google Drive for a lot of stuff, sharing and all. That will be very easy to go. It's kind of slow. Any other question you can keep asking me while I do this process? Keep asking me. Any other questions, guys? If you don't have any questions, you can leave the meeting. I'll share this thing in the chat anyhow, and that note that this Telegram group also. It's kind of slow.
Sir, for button we have written HTML code there. For button, sir.
Yes.
Can you please come to that code, sir? I have small.
1 minute. I'll come.
Okay.
Sharing. Docs. Something. 1 minute. Give me a second. I'll come back. You see, I'm sharing the HTML file. You have to right click and open in Notepad if you want. Right click and open in Notepad. It will open. Otherwise, you can open here also. The HTML code will come. When you download, you have to open with the Notepad editor if you want to see the code. Otherwise, it will open in a browser. So right click, share. Done. Yeah, I will come. Yeah, button, right? Yeah, button is here, somewhere here. Right.
Sir, before input, can we give button, sir? Like password, username you have written it, sir.
Yeah, here we give type is called text. Here we give type is called password. Here we give type is called button.
Okay, like username and password, can we write button before input, sir?
Oh, the label text we have to give before the input tag.
This one.
Sir, before the input tag, if you give
Yeah,
button,
there is no use, right? There is no use. What I can give in real time, it's possible to give. But it's possible. This is our own way, right? Normal text we are typing, and this is HTML code that HTML will recognize and create a text box. Okay. In this case, there is no use, right, of writing. We can write, but there is no use. For example, login button. I will write. What is the use?
Okay.
If I go and see the application, and go and see the application here, refresh here. Is it useful? Does it look good?
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, no, sir.
No need to say sorry, but I'm answering your question. Okay, it's not required at all. Okay, that's the reason we are not writing. Okay,
Okay.
based on our need only, we'll write.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's a good question only. Still, okay, because some people may get confused, right? Why I'm writing here, why I'm not writing here. It's up to us. How you want to create the elements, how you want to display the elements on the web page. That way, we'll do that. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
It's all about what you want to present on the screen. Okay, how you want the elements to be displayed on the screen. Okay, on the web pages. That way, you have to design this stuff. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other thing, guys? Any others? Any other questions we have?
No, Arun.
Great. Guys, you can leave. If you don't have any questions, you can leave. I'll just close the meeting for today. We'll meet tomorrow. I gave you all the things in the Telegram group. Okay. So I'll share the recording also of today's session in the Telegram group. You guys can practice. And you have the time till Sunday OD to complete these assignments. Okay. Yesterday's assignment, today's assignment. Tomorrow also I'll give another assignment. Okay. So fine. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye, sir. Thank you. Bye, sir.